It is so cold today. It's a great day for soup, and not just any soup. I'm going to show you how I make pozole, or one of the ways. Here we go. I'm going to be boiling a 5.5-pound chicken. I have completely thawed this whole chicken and let it set on my counter for about 20 minutes to remove the chill. I'm going to fill an 8-quart pot with about 5 quarts of water, and I am going to bring it to a gentle rolling boil and allow it to cook for about an hour. Now, if you are working with a very cold chicken or semi-frozen, the cook time will definitely vary. So for a more even cook time, be sure that it's completely thawed. Now I'm going to add half of a small onion, 4 cloves of garlic, 2 large bay leaves, and 1 tablespoon of Mexican oregano. Once my pot of water comes up to a gentle boil, then I'm going to start the cook time. You'll want to make sure that it's actually simmering and boiling before you start your cook time. Throughout the cooking process, I will be skimming out any fat or foam that floats to the surface. Once my chicken is done, I'm going to remove it from my chicken broth, and I'm going to set it aside to be shredded. And I'm also going to be reserving that chicken broth that's left in the pot. To remove anything that I didn't skim out from the chicken broth, I'm going to strain it through a strainer with a mesh cloth in there, and it'll catch anything that I didn't skim out. And as you can see, there was some chicken left at the bottom of the pot. So basically, after straining your broth, you are left with a cleaner broth to be used, and this is 2.5 quarts of broth that it yielded. So now I'm just going to take 2 forks and shred all of the chicken. I'm probably going to remove most of the skin and just shred the chicken. You could also use your clean hands to shred the chicken. I actually like to let the chicken set for about 15 minutes before shredding it. So now that my chicken is shredded, I'm going to set it aside and go over the rest of the ingredients. I'm going to be using 2 cans or 2 30-ounce cans of white hominy. You could add more if you want more. This is all I had in my pantry. I'm also using 3 ounces of menudo mix. This is a menudo spice mix. I'll be using salt to taste and some chicken bouillon powder base. I'm going to start with 1 tablespoon of salt and 2 tablespoons of the chicken bouillon powder. Okay, so I'm working with a 12-quart pot now, and I'm adding 5.5 quarts of water to my 2.5 quarts of chicken broth. Now I'm going to turn on the stove, and I want to bring that up to a simmer. I'm also going to add my menudo spice mix. I'll also be adding my salt and chicken bouillon powder. I want to taste this throughout before adding any more salt. And if you do not have the chicken bouillon powder, you don't have to use it. You could just add the salt. So once this is simmering, I'm going to give it a mix, and now I'm going to add my drained and rinsed hominy. I basically drained both cans and gave it a rinse. I'm going to give that a mix, and I'm going to let this gently simmer for 45 minutes. Okay, so it has been 45 minutes, and you want to make sure that the hominy is tender and cooked through. So at this point, I am going to add in all of my shredded chicken. Because the chicken is completely cooked, I'm basically going to combine it in the pot and just let it continue simmering for about 15 minutes just so that it can heat through. And at this point, your pozole will be done. I'm going to be garnishing my chicken pozole with thinly sliced cabbage, some thinly sliced purple onion, and fresh lime. You definitely can garnish with anything you like. I also like to do thinly sliced cherry radish when I have it. But I'm serving a bowl and I'm going to dig in. This chicken pozole is an easy variation to making pozole, and it's so delicious. I hope you give this recipe a try. I hope you like it, and thanks for watching.